Shalom, back with part 3, all right, Perilous times. Let me move this up here. Can you see that there, up there above the first verse? A time of the end, all right? That's what it says in dark lettering, okay? And again, people, what are we doing here? We're discussing the perilous times that we're in. They're going to keep getting worse. Okay? And again, Jacob's trouble is everyone's trouble. It's not just for us Jakes out here, for the Negro, Latino, and Native American. Okay? Everybody's going to be affected here. Okay? Through the economy crashing. Okay? When they, bring out and make mandatory the MOTB, okay, the mark of the beast, that charagma, that C-hip, okay, that electrical device that they're looking to implant in your forehead or in your hand, which you read about in Revelations 13, 16 through 18, okay? You understand, people? All right? And the elect are not going to bow down. The elect are not going to take it, all right? The Lord has set up men that are not going to do that and put their trust in the Lord, all right? Anyway, let's get into this. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time, right, shall Michael the archangel, okay, Makaala, which means like God, okay, stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Hello. Yeah. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people, what people is he talking about? We've already read it, right? We already read Isaiah 45 and 4, Isaiah 45, 17. Israel, right? Israel shall be saved, right? And I quoted Matthew 24, 31. He shall send his angels to gather his elect, the elect of Israel, right? So, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Hello, salvation to the elect. And again, the elect is predestined before the foundation of the world. Okay, those particular spirits. Do you understand, people? Okay? All right? And every one it shall be found written in the book. In the what? In the book of life. Hello. Okay? You understand that, people? And not all of Israel, okay, they're written in the book of life, but not as having a first ticket into the kingdom. And kingdom means rulership, power, dominion. And again, people, this stuff is old news, okay? It's in the testimony. All right? When Yahweh Shai was talking to his disciples, when you're reading Matthew 10, 5, and 6, he's telling his disciples not to go in the way of the Gentiles or the Samaritans, but rather to go on to who? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. Hello. And as you go to preach, which means to prophesy what? That the kingdom is at hand. What does the kingdom mean? Rulership, power, and dominion. For who? For Israel. Hello. Okay. Is that clear enough for you people? So again, the self-proclaimed white man, the other 16 heathen nations, right? Minus Israel, because Israel is the one that this is their inheritance. Well, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, or the other 16 heathen nations, they cannot come into the inheritance of the Israelites. You're not going to find that anywhere in the Bible. Okay? So when people, and they, try to find loopholes, is what they try to do, and they're adding to the scriptures. They're creating what isn't written. Okay? When you're reading in the New Testament, you're reading about the Gentiles. You're talking about the wild olive tree. You're talking about Israelites that are in a Gentile state of mind. There's two meanings for Gentiles. Gentiles meaning ethnos, okay? Listen, you have the Gentile heathen nations, and then you have Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. Now, why do you have that? Israelites were scattered into the Gentile heathen nations. And you learn the way of the heathen. And that's an Israelite being in a Gentile state of mind. You're supposed to be separate from them. Okay? Do you understand that, people? And separation is all throughout the scriptures. Okay? All right? Give me a minute. All right, let's pick it up here in verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust. Hello. Okay? You see, he's talking about those that are passed on, right? You know, buried, cremated, whatever. Many of them that sleep in the dust shall awake. Hello. Okay, because you have some of the elect that are passed on. Okay? Some to everlasting life. Hello. Okay? The new bodies. Okay? We shall all be changed within the twinkling of an eye. And some to shame and everlasting contempt, right? Those that did not believe. Those that sold their souls because they wanted riches on this side in Esau's kingdom. You people getting the point here? You understand? He made us abased, okay? But now we're going to be exalted. You understand? And those that are exalted, like Esau, Edom, who sits in the power seat, they're going to be made abased. All right? We'll end this here. We'll be right back with part 4 to close out. Shalom.